was December the 10th, 2022, and 3 o'clock in the morning. I remember getting up and I started having some contractions, but it wasn't like, normally like how I would get contractions if I'm in labor. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I would wait and see, you know. By that time it was like 5 o'clock, so I decided to wake my husband, and I was like, I getting some pains, but I'm not sure, if I'm ready. I sit down and I contemplated that, I twist and turn and say, well, I don't think this is it, So I decided to wait a little more. So I held on until it was like 6 o'clock, and when I couldn't take the contractions no more because it wasn't going away and it wasn't easy enough. So I started timing it. By the time 5 o'clock, I was already timing it. And by that time, it was 6 o'clock, and I was like, okay, I need to go to the hospital because it looked like I'm in labor. Although I didn't see any blood or see any kind of slime or anything, I know that I was in labor because I was having regular contractions, which was like 5 minutes apart, some were like 3 minutes apart. So we decided to go down. So when I reached to the health center, to the hospital, they decided to check me, and they put me on a monitor to monitor the baby's heartbeat. Not too long after, a nurse came and she said, the nurse said that you're already 7 centimeters, and we have to take you in to the ward, to the labor department. So they took all my bags and they carried me there. So that was like, I reached there about 6 minutes to 7, and when they put me in the room, they told me, well, take my clothes off, put on this gown, and you will take out baby clothes and whatever. So I was like, wow, this is going to happen really fast, because I had my other babies before, and the second and the third one was really quick. By the time I was there, I was 2 hours and I had my baby. So I said, right, I crossed my finger. I called my husband and I said, I'm in labor. I am in labor, and most likely we will be having the baby today. And they put me to lie down, and I was there. They hooked me up to the monitors and thing. And during that time, the nurse come and she checked me, and she said, well, we have to burst your water bag because you're already 7 centimeters, and we need to get things moving rapidly. So they burst my water bag, and they had me there, and they was monitoring me. By that time I was already 8 centimeters, and the nurse was quite concerned that the baby heartbeat was constantly dropping during the contraction. So they decided that they need to get the doctor on call. And the doctor came and explained to me, well, the baby heartbeat continuously dropping, and they can't take that chance, for me to wait it out, because it looked like the cord around his neck. So they would have to take me into emergency surgery, C-section surgery. And I remember signing the papers, and the doctor asked, well, how much babies that you have? And I told them, well, I had 3, and this would have been my fault. So I was given a form to sign to tie my tubes one time. So I did do it. I did sign the form and everything. And they put me on the stretcher, and they took me outside on the corridor, and I was waiting to go into theater. So while I was there, I was getting real massive pain, because I was like already at a level 9 in contraction wise, and in pain wise, and in labor wise, at a 9. So the pain was like whap, one after the next. And um I remember I was so scared. This was my first C-section. I already had babies before, and I never had a C-section, so I was really, really scared for my life. I was scared. I was really scared. And everything just happened really quickly. I wanted my husband there, but he couldn't be there at the time, so I had to do it all alone. They carried me into the theater. They made me take off all my jewelries and everything. They put a cap on onto my head and something onto my feet. They had me sit down on the bed, and they told me I had to stay still because they wanted to inject the epidural in my spine. I would have to be awake during the surgery because of my heart condition. And during this time, I was in so much pain. I don't even know how I stood still because I had to sit still during the contraction for them to be able to put the epidural into my spine. And I don't know how I get that courage to start to sit so still because I remember the pain was like real intense, and I felt like I was going crazy because with every child that you have, the pain is even worse. So the pain was at a level 10 at this point, and I I got the epidural and they put me to lie down really really quickly, and they told me if I was feeling anything, while they were poking at my stomach. And I told them no.